Nightly Business Report.
Good evening. Tonight, in a major step to lessen the financial strain on consumers, Power and Energy Minister Kumara Jayakodi declares in Parliament today that power rates would be lowered by 30% over the following 3 years. Over 70,000 tourists visited Sri Lanka in the first 9 days of March, but the nation is having trouble reaching its monthly goal of 302,803 arrivals. The Colombo Stock Exchange saw mixed momentum on the week's last trading day, reversing Wednesday's rising trend. The S&P SL20 index maintained its gains while the all-share price index experienced a dip. And Wall Street closes lower as trade war fears fuel recession concerns. S&P 500 in correction. Inflation data takes a backseat amidst rising uncertainties.
From Studio 24, here's Anuradhi Vikramasinghe.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Minister of Power and Energy Kumara Jayakodi announced in Parliament today that electricity tariffs will be reduced by 30% over the next 3 years, marking a significant move to ease the financial burden on consumers. Minister of Power and Energy Kumara Jayakodi announced in Parliament today that electricity tariffs will be reduced by 30% within the next 3 years. This reduction is expected to provide relief to consumers who have been burdened by rising energy costs. The minister emphasized that the government is taking steps to make electricity more affordable while ensuring the stability of the energy sector. Jayakodi also addressed concerns over coal prices, stating that any reduction in coal prices will not immediately impact electricity tariffs. He explains that the government procures coal in bulk annually, meaning the price changes take time to affect tariff adjustments. The announcement follows ongoing efforts to stabilize the energy market and reduce operational costs for the electricity sector. The reduction in tariffs is part of the government's broader strategy to enhance energy efficiency and promote sustainability in the country. Sri Lanka's domestic debt has risen by 177.6 billion rupees year to date as maturities exceed 1.4 trillion rupees and yield trend downwards, according to First Capital. The government has settled 1.43 trillion rupees in maturities and issued 1.61 trillion rupees, increasing the outstanding debt by 177.6 billion rupees. The yield on 3-month treasury bills has decreased by 95 basis points year to date, while the 6-month treasury bill yield dropped by 85 basis points. In February, Sri Lanka's fixed income market saw mixed trading activity with fluctuating yields and shifting investor sentiment. The secondary market experienced intermittent buying interest, particularly at the beginning and end of the month, while trading volumes were thin at times. First Capital also reported that the interest rate spread narrowed to 0.8% by February's end, down from 1.5% at the close of 2024. Sri Lanka's tourism industry has welcomed over 70,000 visitors in the first 9 days of March, but the country is facing challenges in meeting its ambitious monthly target of 302,803 arrivals. Sri Lanka welcomed a total of 70,449 tourists from the 1st to the 9th of March, marking an increase from 60,722 during the same period in 2024. The daily average of arrivals also rose from 6,747 last year to 7,828 in 2025, pushing the year-to-date arrivals to 563,427, reflecting a 16% year-on-year growth. However, the country still faces a major challenge in meeting its March target of 302,803 arrivals, with 232,354 more visitors needed in the next 22 days, which is 77% of the goal. The tourism industry has expressed concerns as the targets for the first 2 months of 2025 were not met, raising doubts about achieving the March target. Industry stakeholders have called for the Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau to launch its delayed global campaign and promote a free visa policy to sustain growth. They also emphasized leveraging Sri Lanka's international accolades to attract tourists during the off-season. The top 3 contributors to tourist arrivals so far in March have been India, Russia and Germany, with 10,523, 9,475 and 6,626 visitors respectively. Manjula Vijayasundara has been appointed chairman of the Chamber of Lankan Entrepreneurs for the 2025-2026 term. Succeeding Tushira Radella, Vijayasundara, the managing director of Manju Agencies, leads a nationwide network of 300 motorcycle spare parts dealers. He also serves as director at Ningomachi Impex Co. Limited in China, expanding into the global automobile spare parts market. Additionally, Vijayasundara's leadership at Industrial Multi-Clean Systems has seen the supply of industrial cleaning equipment and hotel supplies across Sri Lanka and the Maldives. His latest venture, the Garden Fusion Cafe, highlights Sri Lankan flavors in the culinary world. Under his leadership, COYLE aims to empower entrepreneurship through mentorship, training and enhanced global networking opportunities. Sri Lanka has launched a national advisory committee to support small and medium-sized enterprises facing financial constraints and policy uncertainties. Sri Lanka has established a national advisory committee to address challenges faced by small and medium-sized enterprises. The committee, co-chaired by Deputy Finance Minister Harshana Suryaperuma and Deputy Industry Minister Chaturanga Abesinghe, aims to provide policy recommendations and sustainable solutions for SME growth. It includes experts from various fields to represent the diverse needs of small and medium entrepreneurs. Senior government officials will contribute to policy formulation, state financial management and public administration decisions. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka is also represented to strengthen access to finance and improve the banking environment for SMEs. Additionally, financial sector experts, bankers and university professors have been appointed to offer valuable insights for SME development. The committee's goal is to understand business challenges and intervene with practical, sustainable solutions. Let's take a short break now. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. On the last trading day of the week, the Colombo Stock Exchange experienced mixed momentum, reversing the upward trend seen on Wednesday. While the all-share price index saw a decline, the S&P SL20 index continued to maintain its gains. For further insights, we speak with Malintha Thirimana from LOLT Securities.
Thank you, Anuradhi. The all-share price index closed at 15,860 points today, dropping by a marginal 0.7 points from Wednesday's close. The S&P SL20 index, on the other hand, recorded a slight increase of 6.8 points, finishing at 4,738 points. Today's market turnover was also comparatively low, finishing just shy of 1.1 billion rupees, capping off a volatile week for the market. Intraday movements of the market were also emblematic of the same volatility, as both the ASPI and S&P SL20 indexes rose sharply within the first hour of trading. This gain was wiped away as the day progressed, however, with both indexes eventually closing at or around their opening levels. The top gainers for the day included SMB Finance PLC non-voting, Ramboda Falls PLC, and Lee Hedges PLC, while the top losers for the day comprised of SMB Finance PLC, UB Finance Company Limited, and Tess Agro PLC non-voting. Thank you.
The market began the week on a weak note, with the ASPI declining and the S&P SL20 continuing its downward trend in the first 2 days. However, as the week progressed, the market regained some strength and momentum, ultimately closing with mixed results. For further insights, we speak with Imashi Sellaperuma from LOLT Securities.
Thank you, Anuradhi. The market witnessed a slight decline this week. ASPI decreased by 1.58%, while S&P decreased by 1.47%. Net foreign selling continued as weekly net foreign outflow came in at 601 million rupees. Significant foreign buying activity was observed in Lion Brewery, HMB and Central Finance counters, while notable foreign sell-offs were recorded in NTB, CTC and distilleries. The market saw a sell-off of over 400 points during the week. A positive price trend was observed in counters like Ramboda Falls, Nuerelia Hotels and Millennium Housing Development, while Senkaragal Finance, Union Assurance and SMB Finance experienced a decline. HMB, Sampath and Bogala Graphite Lanka counters mainly contributed to the week's overall turnover. The highest turnover for this week recorded on Tuesday at 2.49 billion rupees. The total turnover for this week reached 3.5 billion rupees. The weekly average turnover was 1.75 billion rupees, while the year-to-date turnover was 2.19 billion rupees.
Gold prices held steady at an all-time high in Asian trading today, supported by President Donald Trump's new tariff threats and softer U.S. inflation data. Spot gold was largely unchanged at $2,986.62 per ounce after reaching a record high of $2,993.90 earlier in the session. Gold futures for April delivery rose by 0.2%, trading at $2,999.17 per ounce. The precious metals surged to a record high in the previous session and was on track for a 2.5% gain this week. Escalating trade tensions and economic indicators have fueled gold's appeal as a safe haven investment. Analysts suggest the ongoing global uncertainties continue to drive demand for gold as a protective asset. Oil prices rose in Asian trading today following U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to tighten sanctions on Iranian oil and shipping. However, concerns over oversupply driven by Russia-Ukraine ceasefire talks and escalating trade tensions left oil prices on track for weekly losses. Brent oil futures for May delivery gained 0.4%, reaching $70.16 a barrel, while West Texas Intermediate crude futures rose 0.5% to $66.58 per barrel. Despite the gains, both contracts were set to slip 0.3% for the week, having closed more than 1% lower in the previous session due to the ongoing trade war tensions. The Sri Lankan rupee remained steady against the US dollar at commercial banks today, showing no change from Wednesday's rates. According to Commercial Bank, the buying rate for the US dollar remains unchanged. Let's now take a closer look at how the Sri Lankan rupee is performing against other major global currencies. A short break now. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back. eWiz Colombo Limited, Sri Lanka's first local computer manufacturer, has successfully exported its first consignment of locally built laptops to Zimbabwe, marking a significant milestone for the country's IT and electronics industry.
eWiz Colombo Limited, Sri Lanka's first and only local computer manufacturer, has successfully exported its first consignment of locally built laptops to Zimbabwe. This historic shipment, dispatched in eWiz state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in Suryawewa, highlights the company's commitment to delivering world-class technology solutions. With over 11 years of expertise in manufacturing and assembly, eWiz has played a key role in advancing Sri Lanka's ICT sector. As a Board of Investment Section 17 approved company, eWiz has established the country's first local computer manufacturing plant, boosting Sri Lanka's high-tech exports. Chairman Sanjeewa Wickramanayake expressed pride in the achievement, emphasizing that it demonstrates Sri Lanka's ability to produce high-quality IT products for the global market. eWiz's ISO certifications ensure its products meet international quality, safety and environmental standards. With nearly 4 decades of experience, eWiz continues to lead the way in Sri Lanka's ICT industry.
Tata Motors, India's leading automobile manufacturer, has launched a new range of passenger vehicles in Sri Lanka. In collaboration with Dimo, the authorized distributor for Tata Motors, the event introduced a selection of Tata Motors' popular SUVs, including the Tata Punch, Tata Nexon and Tata Curve V, along with the electric hatchback Tiago.EV. The new portfolio features both internal combustion engines and electric vehicles, showcasing emerging mobility trends with advanced technologies and innovative designs. Tata Motors also previewed its strong EV lineup, including the Punch EV, Nexon EV and Curve V EV. Yash Khandelwal, head of international businesses at Tata Passenger Electric Mobility Limited, expressed excitement about marking Tata Motors' return to Sri Lanka with a game-changing product range. The company aims to set new standards in the Sri Lankan market with bold designs, cutting-edge features and top-tier safety. SEMS Global USA is hosting the 14th Sri Lankan edition of its prestigious textile series of exhibitions till the 15th of March at the SLECC in Colombo. This renowned event will showcase the latest trends and innovations in the textile industry, attracting key players and professionals from around the world.
CEMS Global USA's 14th edition of the textile exhibition will bring together key industry players to showcase textile machinery, yarn, fabric, trim, accessories and chemicals. The event aims to be a vital platform for Sri Lanka's apparel sector, fostering connections between manufacturers and global suppliers. Johan Lawrence, who is the secretary of the Joint Apparel Association Forum, emphasized the exhibition's role in bridging industry gaps. He highlighted that this year's event includes 3 consecutive exhibitions offering Sri Lankan manufacturers direct access to global suppliers of essential inputs. Rajitha Jayasuriya, who is the chairperson of the Sri Lankan Apparel Exporters Association, endorsed the event, noting its importance of empowering SMEs and exporters. She stressed that such platforms are critical for helping Sri Lanka's apparel sector compete globally. As the country targets $8 billion in apparel exports, the exhibition plays a key role in strengthening the industry's position.
PMF Finance PLC has strengthened its financial position through a significant partnership with DFCC Bank, highlighting the bank's confidence in PMF Finance's operational strength and long-term growth potential. The funds from this collaboration will be directed towards supporting small and medium enterprises, a sector PMF Finance has long been committed to empowering. DFCC Bank, known for its tailored financial solutions, further solidifies PMF Finance credibility and governance. CEO Professor Ajit Medis expressed that the partnership marks a major step towards sustainable growth, reinforcing the company's stability and ability to contribute to Sri Lanka's economy. The support from DFCC Bank will enable PMF Finance to expand its reach and provide essential financial solutions to SMEs. This collaboration further solidifies PMF Finance's position as a trusted and resilient financial institution in Sri Lanka. Hemas Holdings PLC has announced a 5-for-1 share subdivision, increasing the total number of shares in circulation while maintaining the company's stated capital.
Hemas Holdings PLC announced a 5-for-1 subdivision of its ordinary shares, increasing the total number of shares in circulation while maintaining its stated capital. Following the exercise of employee share ownership scheme, allotments by employees, the company confirmed that 597,370,400 ordinary shares will be subdivided. Each existing share will be split into 5 new ordinary shares, bringing the total number of shares to 2,986,537,000. Despite the increase in share volume, the company's stated capital will remain unchanged, ensuring no impact to the overall capital structure. This share subdivision aims to enhance liquidity and improve market accessibility, making Hemas Holdings share more attractive to investors. Hemas Holdings, a leading diversified conglomerate in Sri Lanka, operates in sectors such as healthcare, consumer goods and mobility. The move reflects company's strategy to boost its market presence and appeal to a broader investor base.
SLT Mobitel has partnered with Rush Lanka Group to provide exclusive fiber connectivity solutions to their luxury apartment developments in Colombo and surrounding areas. The agreement was signed between Imantha Wijakon, the Chief Business Officer at SLT, and Zaid Arif, the Director of Construction at Rush Lanka Group. Under the partnership, SLT Mobitel will be the exclusive digital service provider for 5 prestigious Rush Lanka developments, ensuring residents have access to superior fiber connectivity speeds. This collaboration aligns with SLT Mobitel's commitment to delivering ultra-fast and reliable connectivity solutions for residential developments. Powered by advanced fiber technology, SLT Mobitel will enhance digital experiences for residents, supporting activities such as online gaming, virtual classes, remote work and HD streaming. Rush Lanka Group, a premier property developer, is known for its focus on creating high-quality, luxurious living spaces that offer both comfort and style. Let's take a short commercial break. Global business updates coming on the other side. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. Most Asian stocks advanced today, with Chinese shares surging to a 2-month high after the central bank pledged to cut interest rates. However, gains in other regional markets were limited by concerns over escalating trade tensions. China's Shanghai Composite jumped 1.5%, reaching its highest level since December last year, while the Shanghai Shenzhen CSI 300 surged 2.2%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index climbed 1.9% and Australia's S&P ASX 200 rose 0.4%. The Philippines' PSEI Composite gained 0.5% and Japan's Nikkei 225 advanced 0.4% due to a weaker yen. With the topics rising 0.5%, markets in India were closed for public holiday, while South Korea's Kospi remained largely unchanged. Meanwhile, Indonesia's Jakarta Stock Exchange Composite Index slipped 1%. Wall Street ended sharply lower and the S&P 500 confirmed it is in a correction after cool inflation data was overshadowed by fears that the escalating tariff war could reignite inflation and tip the economy into recession.
Wall Street's main indexes ended sharply lower on Thursday, with the Dow dropping 1.3%, the S&P 500 sliding into correction territory with a 1.4% loss, and the Nasdaq plummeting nearly 2%. Investors remain on edge amid escalating tariffs. In the latest episode of President Trump's multi-front trade war, the European Union responded to blanket U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum by imposing a 50% tax on American whiskey exports. That prompted Trump to threaten a 200% tariff on imports of European wines and spirits. A Reuters Ipsos poll of Americans conducted this week showed that 57% of participants believe Trump's moves to shake up the economy are too erratic, and 53% think the tariff war will do more harm than good. Thursday's stock moves included Intel, which jumped more than 14.5% after the chipmaker appointed industry veteran Lip-Bu Tan as its chief executive officer. Shares of Adobe dropped nearly 14% after the software company forecast quarterly revenue in line with estimates. And discount retailer Dollar General reported disappointing same-store sales estimates, but provided upbeat quarterly results, sending its shares up nearly 7%.
U.S. automaker Tesla has warned that it and other major American exporters are exposed to retaliatory tariffs that could be leveled in response to President Donald Trump's aggressive use of tariffs.
Tesla has warned Donald Trump that it faces danger from retaliatory tariffs. In a letter to the US president, it says it is exposed to countermoves in response to his aggressive use of import duties. It wasn't clear who wrote the letter, which was unsigned but on company letterhead. However, it's sure to get attention, as company boss Elon Musk is a close ally of Trump and is leading his efforts to cut government spending. The letter says it's important to ensure that trade policies do not inadvertently harm US companies. It said Tesla was eager to avoid retaliation by other countries, as had happened in past trade disputes. The plea comes as Trump considers imposing major tariffs on vehicles and parts from early April. Tesla says that even with aggressive moves to localize production, some components are hard or impossible to get in the US. The letter instead recommends companies would benefit from a phased approach. Tesla didn't respond to a request for comment on the letter. The company may already be suffering, with sales plummeting in regions including Europe. Analysts say some consumers may be put off by Musk's close association with Trump and his involvement in far-right politics in countries including Germany. Tesla shares are down around 40% this year.
But that's all from us here on the Nightly Business Report for today. We'll see you again on Monday with the latest updates across the business globe. Till then, I'm Anuradhi Vikramasinghe. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great weekend.